Today, lobster is a luxury food, served on silver platters and dripping in butter. But what if I told you that just a few centuries ago, it was considered trash food? Back in colonial America, lobsters were so cheap and abundant that they'd wash ashore in piles 2 feet high after storms. They were nicknamed the cockroaches of the sea. Servants, prisoners, and even pigs were fed lobster because nobody else wanted to touch it. In fact, some colonies had laws limiting how many times lobster could be served to servants each week. It was seen as cruel punishment to give it too often. But then, the story took a surprising turn. In the 1800s, the rise of the railroad and new canning methods changed everything. Canned lobster began reaching inland towns, where people who had never seen one thought it was exotic and delicious. Demand started to climb. By the early 1900s, lobster was appearing on fancy restaurant menus, especially when chefs began cooking it fresh instead of canned. Suddenly, the poor man's protein was being served to the rich. Then came World War II. With meat rationed and seafood left off the list, lobster became one of the few indulgent foods Americans could enjoy freely. When the war ended, lobster had earned a new reputation, a gourmet meal worthy of celebration. Today, lobster symbolizes luxury, elegance, and coastal charm. But its story is really about transformation, how perception, scarcity, and timing can completely change the value of something humble. So next time you crack open a lobster tail, remember, you're tasting a piece of history that crawled its way from the prison yard to the penthouse. Like and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the Story Vault.